Sharing is caring. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars in the new year. I'm Amy the Amazonian, and today I'm playing with Iroh, Team Master. Unlike my usual criminal behavior, I'm not going to be taking my opponent's cards. Instead, I'm going to be gifting them permanents. Iroh enters the battlefield with a food, and then at the start of combat, you can choose to give any of your permanents to your opponent. And if you do, you make an ally token that has a number of counters equal to the number of permanents that you own that they control. Now in this deck, we have an assortment of gifts ready for our opponent, whether those are things that don't care about who controls them, or cards that we can easily get back, or maybe even give us a benefit if we get them back, or maybe cards that are just useless once they've been, used up. These are all cards that make for great gifts, and we have some other gift synergy like Stiltskin and Zidane to draw us some cards and make some treasures as we do our gifting and grifting. This deck is an unusual one because it's a bit of Boros Prison with a whole lot of exiling enchantments, a little bit of Blink to get those cards back, and some weird, cheeky ways to win games, like 9 lives being gifted to our opponent, or Experimental Frenzy to cut them off from their hand. This deck is strange, it's unusual, and it's playing some cards that you might not otherwise see together. So let's see if we can take Iroh and gift a little gift. Katara, Waterbending Master, and all counterspells deck that's going to be gaining experience by casting spells on my turn, which are mostly going to be counter spells. I have 2 different things here that can hopefully remove Katara, though they may have some cheap protective spells. Sometimes they play her on 2, especially when they're going first. Sometimes they wait a little longer. I'm just going to have to hope that we're able to take her out to prevent them from getting this card draw advantage. And that's tough for a deck like mine that's going to be giving them things in order to try to play the game. Yeah, we have a very specific deck with some synergy to it. You're gonna play Katara? Great. While they're tapped out, we're gonna grab the Surveil. Enduring Innocence, it is card advantage, which I could use in this. And of the different exiles I have in my hand, the one that I want the most is Baffling End. So this permanently gets rid of Katara, so they can't just leave her under there and then bounce it. And if I give them Baffling End and then flicker it, I will also get a dinosaur, which is awesome. I love dinosaurs. Ooh, a Winter Moon. I actually had that in one build of this deck. I took it out so I could add more tech lands. Now we are punished for it! I don't know, try to put it in jail. Jail! That's no moon. Putting that in a seam rep is kind of cool. They're not playing Katara here. I'll try to play Enduring Innocence. The moon's in jail. The moon is in jail! We'll see if they remove its abilities or bounce it to my hand. Oh, it's a big flash creature, Stoic Sphinx. This is hard to hit, and it has a very fast clock. What? Raise and you're gonna free the moon? While all I have are these beautiful non-basics? That's very rude of you. Well, I'll just commit myself to never having mana ever again. Iroh, get out here! We get a food. We draw a card. And we baffle them. There we go. I found a fetch now. I had a fetch at the start. Now we have allies! I've already drawn a card off Enduring Innocence this turn. I don't get another one. Let's see if they flash out Brazen Borrower. Yeah, so far this person actually seems more focused on Flash and Prison than the counter spells, but they could be holding them for a little bit more tactical uses. Like when Katara's out. Ooh. A land. I have the Seamrip. I'm going to try to use it. Whirlwind Denial. I cannot pay the 4. But, great news. I have second Portable Hole. The Seamrip and Portable Hole are pretty much the same. Alright, so they don't have any experience here. But I am dead in just like 2 more hits in the air. You don't want to proliferate my ally token? Why not? I will give you the moon in a hole. If you're wondering why this triggers, even though it's a 3/3, it actually enters as a 1/1 and then gets the counters. That's just how Iroh's phrased. A Spectral Sailor. Some card draw on a stick. Oh, I haven't been able to pull off the Infernus gift yet. This could be really cool. So Infernus has an interesting interaction, especially if our opponent is not in red, which my opponent is not in red. I will start by trying to get rid of Katara. Flicker also would work for this. Okay, so they're stifling. I think I'll need to Teferi's protection this turn. Over going for the Infernus play. They just have too much damage. Yep, I'm fine with that. If I Flicker Wisp, I can also potentially prevent lethal. I'm gonna go for the Baffling End. Target opponent. That's me! Gets a dinosaur. This returns. I'm gonna hit the Brazen Borrower. I didn't need the Teferi's protection since we do have a flying blocker here. And a ground blocker, and a ground blocker. And it looks like Katara, not supported with as many counterspells as I'm used to seeing, wasn't able to get ahead of Iroh in his generous gifts. Narset, Jeskai Waymaster. This Narset will be, I guess, discarding and drawing and casting lots of spells. I have a cheeky way to win here with gifting my opponent a 9 lives. I'll need double white for it, but if I can pull that off, that would be really neat. 9 lives being a card that allows you to take 9 hits exactly, or take 8 and then give it to your opponent, and then hit them once, and then they'll lose. You like the kitties? Yeah, we have a kitty and a kitty. I love kitty on kitty. Mother of Runes? Ooh, unless I could get rid of that right now, I'm probably never getting rid of it. Mother of Runes, being able to, like, protect itself is very frustrating. Can it be used to protect other things? Yes, but, like, the fact that it can target itself means getting rid of it, especially in a deck like this, is gonna be hard. I have mostly single target removal. Oh, hi Ragavan. They can give this protection from white in order to steal or just avoid death. If they do that, I have a window to kill the Mother of Runes, and I'm going to take it. Great, wonderful. I need that gone. Be gone, mother! Mother gone. I wonder if they're gonna be, like, doing any storm-type stuff. Or just, like, trying to empty their hand every turn with, like, cheap 1-mana spells. Yeah, you should discard your hand and draw one. Or don't, I don't know, man. I could set up the 9 lives this turn. I could just play Iroh and give them borrowed time. I like that. Play my commander. I like playing my commander. Gives me a nice cheap blocker for Ragavan. Yeah, 9 lives would prevent Ragavan from stealing. Any on-hit ability won't work. It's actually a lot harder for most decks to get rid of their own permanents. Unless they're in, like, black and have sacrifice outlets for it. Especially, like, Golgari is best at sacrificing non-land permanents. Orzhov has some, too. But, like, giving them the borrowed time means that things like Brazen Borrow, which would bounce it back into hand, can only hit opponent's cards. Cyclonic Rift can't hit this. Because it's over here, not over here. Okay, we have a Solitude. I'm going to play Hopeful Vigil. They are in white, so they will be able to use the sacrifice if they want to. I'll give you a Hopeful Vigil. Make my tokens pass the turn. Accidentally knocked my Batarang into my mug. Oh, Stromkirk Occultist! It's got Madness! I mean, she has a way to discard your hands, so... Sure! Madness! At least it's blockable Madness. Ledger Shredder. Great for casting lots of spells. It's Madness, not Mayhem. Why not? Oh no, my ledgers, they're shredding them. They're shredding them for real. I like how they decided, like, no, I'm not gonna kill Iroh. He's just a 2/2 and he has no more gifts to give. No, he could give you a delicious treat, a nice food. Hi, Ragavan. Ragavan not dashing. How many spells was that this turn? 3, 4? A bunch. Yeah, 3. She has a counter on her. I like that they're doing kind of like a Critter Storm thing. I want a land. I give you a treat. Treat yourself. Comes with a counter. Doesn't get me what I want. It's Weathered Runestone. I don't think I need Weathered Runestone against Narset. They don't seem like they're all about, I don't know, casting from graveyards and libraries. I guess, like, I could do it to cut off the flashbacks. Land tax? Buddy, you have more lands than me. I guess they want to discard their hand. That makes sense. And a Fable. How could I say he's not dashing? He's a very handsome monkey. Boo. Aw, free Wootwalla! Alright. I'm going to drop this to Fairy's Protection. to exile Narset. Since they cast a whole bunch of spells this turn. This way they won't get to refill their hand. Any deck with Brawl is cool to you? Same. Same. Move a land to the bottom. Hey, I'll have lands one day, too. You'll see. You'll all see. Runestone would help cut off their refill. Yup. And I can gift them the Runestone, too, to draw a card and do the other stuff. And I'm really hoping that this time I get a land. This is symmetrical. Come on, land. Oh, no, it's a good dog, though. I'll cast it on their turn. Guess I'll attack in with the 4/4 and the 2/2 with Vigilance. Stone would also stop Flage. It does stop Flage from escaping. But this is what I got. And what I got is gonna work. GG. Aang at the Crossroads is going to be getting most likely clones out of the deck in order to make an army of Aangs, non-legendary Aangs. And I was actually just digging here to see if I could find one of my hate cards. I have, I believe, 2 different cards that stop Aang from just, like, getting things into play. And it'd be really cool if I could pull one off. I'm going to start with this mountain, just in case they play a Birds of Paradise or a Llanowar Elf. They didn't, that's cool. Since ramping up to 5 mana is a good way to get this ready and rumbling. Oh, a puppy dog. Yeah, they don't cast, so Roiling Vortex won't work. Kindly customer. Hi, Jen. Have a dog. Bark, bark. Iroh. Give them a snack. Jin was a customer at the tea shop. It's flavorful. I'll blink Iroh so I get another food. But next turn is when we can get real silly. I can gift them Infernus. This is actually something I have not managed to do yet. If I don't have to use the Skyclave Apparition, I want to blink Infernus or give them Infernus. They're not going to have mountains. They're a Bant deck. I guess there's ways for them to get mountains, like Dryad of the Elysian Groves, and there's a few other things that just like make lands all types. Oh, hi, Scraps. Leap Leaf Guide! Oh, I wonder if this is my version of Aang. We'll be able to tell by the clones they have if they have clones. This is Infernus. This is Molten Man from Spider-Man. Who'll get me a basic mountain card. Okay. R.I.P. Puppy Dog. Iroh is going to gift it to them. And then, because he no longer has any power or toughness, he dies to state-based action and they have to sacrifice a land. Ramp for me and nothing for you. This was a suggestion from somebody in chat, and they were so right for it. GG. Grist, the Hunger Tide, is really tricky for me to play against because it's removal in the command zone, able to destroy creatures or planeswalkers by sacrificing the insects it makes. It's also a really weird creature in that it is a creature. It's a planeswalker that's a creature at all other times. So it can be reanimated, it can be uncounterable with a Cavern of Souls, and also there's a cat in my way. I feel like I could go for a Johnny here. Since they didn't have turn 1 ramp, I'm in a slightly better spot. Also, a Johnny's just a kind of silly busted card. As we know. Somebody's asking if this is a Maine Coon. No, she's just fluffy. She's too little. She only weighs 8 pounds right now. Little kitty lost weight. My little micro cat. She's not actually that small. She's very fluffy, and she sits directly in front of the camera, so she looks big. It can be essence scattered. It can be essence scattered. What is my cat's favorite format? Scraps, what kind of magic do you like to watch the most? Probably Omnidraft. So I don't have a way to, like, kill this cat token in response, so Johnny's just gone. Still happy to make them do it. Molt Tender, an insect, good for the bugs. And turn those cards in graveyard into mana. I'll use Skyclave Apparition on this. I can also use this on Grist, but I want to have additional creatures here, so I'll have something to attack Grist. Also, I have ways to blink this apparition. Not in hand, but somewhere. Sorry, I'm trying to see around this cat. No, they're snuffing it. Oh, and that'll give them a 1/1 to trade with the cat warrior. My creatures that I had. Oh, I guess I should have saved it. My commander does make creatures, but it's not a very good rate of making creatures, especially not against something that can sacrifice a lot of different types of permanents. Golgari colors are great at sacrificing things. Oh, a Haywire Mite. Hey, more bugs. Scraps, yeah, you're very cute. And a Forsaken Miner. Yeah, they'll be committing crimes. This is great to just sacrifice repeatedly. It immediately comes back on the -2, I think. Since they'll be committing crime. Gonna hit the Haywire Mite. Gonna hit the hay. And then hit the bricks. There's nothing for them to remove with Grist. I can hopefully permanently exile Forsaken Miner. Oh, Scraps, you're so cute. I'm going to Solitude on their turn after they've activated Grist. Ideally in combat. But no, they haven't activated Grist yet. I probably suspect something's up. White of the Reliquary, also a great target for Solitude. And they make a bug. 2 bugs, they hit an insect. Brain Maggot, gross. I'm gonna hit the white. I will give you Brick. And attack Grist. Did they double block? Okay, because they double blocked, I will bop 1. Play a land. And Grist is also able to ult, but the ult really isn't that scary compared to what Grist is doing on just the +1 and the -2. Eventually, though, it can be a great finisher. You end up with enough creatures in a graveyard, and you just bop them. Aw, Scraps, would you rather have a treat? You want more treats, honey? That's why she's up here, because she wants treats. Up. Good girl. Those tokens were wiggling. Yeah, sometimes they do that. Scraps is on a maximum treat diet to try to gain that weight back. Isn't that right, honey? She gets all the treats she could ever want. Yeah, Clay-Fired Bricks is just chilling here. Something kind of weird, by the way, about Craft. Return it under its owner's control. Beautiful words, I know. Do you have anything with activated abilities? No. If Grist dies, however, you can Cauldron it and then turn every creature into Grist as long as the Soul Cauldron's out. Who are you gonna kill? Iroh? Bye, my little cutie patootie. Crimes have been committed. I'll move my commander to the command zone. I can play him again next turn. Yeah, I'll eat this food. I'll be making more food to give away. They're still on 3 lands, by the way. Ooh, Flicker Wisp. Oh, I could take that back. I'd like that. Or I could flicker the insect token just to guarantee killing Grist. Nah. I wonder if they'll exile a creature to make Bug bigger to kill Solitude here. Return the bricks. Bricks returned! And this is craft with artifacts. So if I have artifacts in the graveyard, I'll be able to craft, but I don't have one. Or in play. And I have this Nefarious Protection ready to go in case they have some removal. Do not touch my stuff, please. So I don't actually have creatures. Which is really interesting because that just means you sacrifice and I don't. What creature? I don't have any creatures to sacrifice. That's crazy, man. That's so crazy. So they sacrifice this because it comes back so easily. They milled 2 bug. Well, they milled a bug and then Voidwalker. So glad to see that gone. This has an activated ability, but not one that can be enabled by anything. Make a food. That gives me an artifact to craft with. And I'm gonna give them the Journey to Nowhere. Flicker Wisp swings in, hits Grist. Are you a bug? You're an elemental. This thing's weird. Is this from Morningtide? Is that what the symbol was? Are you guys ready for Lorwyn? Oh, I found a 4th land. And they know I'm gonna start crafting, going wide, and flying into Grist. Nice. GG. Locke, Treasure Hunter, and me without good mana. Locke is going to be swinging in, and he's kind of hard to block because he skulks in order to steal from us. Milling both players, and if you happen to mill land, you get a treasure, and if you don't, you can choose one of the milled spells to cast. I had a good amount of fun playing Locke, but this is, I think, the first time I've seen anybody else playing Locke. This is one of those cards that you want to give him haste, you want to attack it, and you want to get these triggers, and of course you can play it with other ways to steal, because why wouldn't you? We're all here to do crimes. A Thoughtseize, I think probably taking either Skyclave or Swords. Maybe Flayed, since that is also removal for Locke, but it is sorcery speed and, you know, a little less good. And you put it in the graveyard, like, I want it out of my graveyard anyway. Yep, they're hitting Swords to Plowshares. And they're playing Robber of the Rich. I no longer have a way to get rid of it this turn, so I'll just set up a Surveil. Alright, so 9 lives. How do I feel about them stealing 9 lives? I mean, I want to give them 9 lives. I'll just put it in a graveyard. See what else is on top. I feel like this isn't gonna survive. Aw, Fall of Lord Konda. That's a funny one. I'll bop the robber. But whenever they attack with any rogue, he's a rogue, they'll be getting the access to the exiled card. And Fall of Lord Konda can hit Elish Norn, since it's not an Enter the Battlefield ability. I don't want you getting your on attack trigger, even though it would fill up the graveyard. So I'll bop it. Yeah, the Locke deck I made was like, what if we made a less scary, less powerful Laughing Jasper Flint? Which is great, because Laughing Jasper Flint scares a lot of people off. Hello again, Locke. See if I get a land. I don't. So I'll play Iroh. And I'll give them this one Mothwing Shroud. Yeah, Locke's not even a lizard. I am able to double block him, but if they have removal, that could go sideways for me. Or they could just have a Pyrogoyf right now. Killing Iroh! Where's my lands? Maybe I just want to keep him here. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep him here for now. Oh, and they got my Ajani. Probably gonna play that. Ajani is, you know, gives you something to gift. Gives you something to grift. They didn't want to cast it? That's whack. I want to cast it. Pyrogoyf and Locke, both kind of scary. Pyrogoyf is scarier. It's also going to give it a 4/4 when this comes back. I had Pyrogoyf in one version of my deck. I think I took it out. Go for a double block. They have an acquisitions expert here. They want to be able to cast a Virtue next turn. That could do it, especially with me leaving the commander in the graveyard. Not that it would be that helpful. Yeah, like they're trying to steal from me and I'm trying to give them stuff back. Ooh, Grenzo though. Let's grab that Flage. We're gonna hit creatures in my graveyard. Oh, wait. The reason I wouldn't play a Johnny is because then if I kill the cat, a Johnny transforms under my control. That's part of why a Johnny's in there. Renz will be heisting every turn. Fateful Absence, they're killing Flage. I still have plenty of fun things in my graveyard, though. Ooh, an Inquisition. Bye, Teferi's Protection. Ooh, and Tajik Legion's Valor. Stolen from me. I'll kill the Boros Recruit. And I think Eternal Wanderer is going to be my pick here. Yes, they have Virtue, but the virtue of them just having Illusion token. I could also have let them keep the Tajik and then blinked it and it would come back under my control. Ooh, Lightning Bolt. Persistence and a swing. No enter the battlefields allowed. Not mine, not yours, not nobody's. By the way, that would cut off Flage sacrificing itself. Fun fact. This will trigger, not this turn, but on future turns. Locking in. Ooh, Flicker's fun. Let's flicker this Mothwing Shroud, which will then exile 2 things. I'll take it. I'm gonna hit Grenzo and Virtue. One, two, three, four, five. Hit Locke and hit face. And swing for 4. Rad. Nice 4-4. I got a 6-6 and a 4-7. I'm about to start giving you treats. Ah. Luged. Again. I could technically, like, Field of Ruin and then Flayed. Yeah, I think that that's going to be the best way for me to get the damage, just going for their face. I'll Rakkus Theater. Flage again. Every card in my graveyard gone. And 3 to the face. Thank you, Flage. Good old Modern Horizons card design. So with Keeley Archive, they have a chance of getting any of these spells, but unless they have the mana to cast it, it's not going to do anything. Doomblade, I think, is one of them. That would be able to kill this. Yep, there's Doomblade. Oh, well, they didn't get a Doomblade. That's good for me. GG, Locke. Tifa Lockhart is going to be doubling and doubling and doubling her power till she can kill me in a single swing. I do have, like, a way to get rid of her, the Swords to Plowshares, but often they'll have very good protective spells. And wow, that's wild. Using the Cabaret Courtyard to kick off the game. That's one of those 2 triggers in 1 lands, and now they're Once Upon a Timing. Okay, cool. I guess I could play Grafdigger's Cage, but I really don't think that that's going to do anything against them. I'm gonna save that. Like, the reason I would play it on turn 1 is to gift it to them. I'll play it here. They sure did not play Tifa on 2 lands. Which means, to me at least, they have a protective spell. They have Blossoming Defense or Snakeskin Veil. Any of those. This does not stop them from playing lands from the graveyard. But it's a nice card to gift. Is it Tifa time? It's Tifa time! And I'm going to try to hit her with this Swords to Plowshares and see what removal they use. If I can get another white source, I can then follow up with the Seal from Existence. Cameo Safekeeping! Alright, and look at that, a white source! Lots of single target removal in this deck because those are some of the best giftable permanents. This one's actually one of the less giftable ones because it still has the ward. Still good though. Still gets doubled by Elishnorn. Hey, you gonna play Tifa again? I definitely wouldn't have more removal. I don't have more removal. I have a Field of Ruin though, which will let me hit Urza's Cave. Prevent them from using it to get an auto-sacrificing land. Well, 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 what do we have here? A hole. And she fell in it. Keep her there. Keep her there. I'm gonna give you a hole. A whole lot of trouble. GG Tifa. Just giving up because they can't play their commander. Clothis, God of Destiny, will be exiling from the graveyard to either make mana or deal some damage and gain some life. I have some good giftables, and if they end up doing a bit of ramp, I'll be able to hit a big creature using Fall of Lord Conda. Oh, well, there's the ramp. It's already begun. I guess I'll just start with this Bloodstained Mire. Some good, honest, fair magic. Like making mana. I haven't seen a Clothis in a while. I've seen her in the 99 of a couple decks that are just like Gruul decks that hate counter spells and everything else like them. play Hopeful Vigil. This will make me a 2/2 knight. It will also give me a giftable, this Hopeful Vigil itself. They got mana. Okay, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, they play Glory Bringer. And they're not even bothering getting rid of my knight. They're just like, yeah, man, I don't care about the knight. So what makes me kind of sad is I won't get to do the really silly thing that I can do in this deck, which is have Iroh out and gift Fall of Lord Conda and then get it back because it says each player gains control of all permanents they own. It's cute, yeah! You have to gift it, like, after the first chapter, though. This deck is playing all of the synergies that I could find in Arena. There's only so much. Oh, this might be a I hate counter spells deck, because there's Domri. I've built Domri as a commander before just to be like, I just don't want to deal with this. Oh god, other Domri. Clothis is now a creature! That's wonderful news. Because it means I can baffle her. Or swords her. I want to baffle her. They want to moon me. That's fine. Said something about Domri. And here he is! Oh, such joy! Alright, which one do I want to kill the most? I think this Domri, I'm gonna kill this turn.
You hit like a child. No, you haven't seen the last of me.
And I don't mind Magus of the Moon. Like, I run Blood Moon in this deck. Oh god, Jarsel. Let's see if they mine us. Mines try to go to fight. Perfect, that's exactly what I want you to do. Because now, you have no Jarsel. Jarsel's an arsel. Oh, hi, Gallia. I'll take 2. Iroh's going to gift them a baffling end. And this is going to really baffle them. Because I am going to flicker the baffling end to get myself a dinosaur and take out Gallia. See? Synergy! Ooh, I take a damage. Okay. They can pay to stop me from gaining life off, like, food. I'm gonna play Mother Norn. Nice. Thanks. You can destroy one of the enchantments, but that's not gonna do too much. Grist, the Hunger Tide. We'll be able to sacrifice any gifted creatures in order to destroy my creatures and planeswalkers. I don't actually think I have planeswalkers. No, I have one planeswalker. I have the Blinky one. Let's see. We've got Experimental Frenzy. Could cut them off from their hand. That could be funny. But I think this hand is too slow and just doesn't have enough against something as scary as Grist. Now, a monkey? Not like a monkey. They do go first, though, and they could have turn 1 ramp. Yep, which gives them turn 2 Grist and also some removal off that. Do I want to go for this Esper Sentinel or this Ragavan? I'm going to start with Esper Sentinel. Ta-da! They're like looking at this like, how dare you? Don't worry about it. So Grist is not a creature when it's cast. If you're wondering why it didn't trigger it, it's only a creature. It's only a, like, or sorry, it wasn't a non-creature when it's cast. So like now that it's in play, it's a planeswalker. It's cool. Look at it go. Ragavan here, Esper Sentinel here, because those bugs will trade into me anyway. Just Grist things. Grist is so spooky. I don't have that much direct planeswalker removal other than some enchantments, which we just didn't get. I'd say turn 2 Grist is hard to beat. They milled an Umbral's Collar Zealot. And more sacrifice. Marionette Apprentice. Oh, they're definitely deep on that Golgari sacrifice. That's really bad for me. Because Golgari sacrifice can sacrifice pretty much any kind of gifted permanent. Young Wolf. Oh, they have Yawgmoth in their deck. Well, you know, better to know about it than not know about it, I guess. I can give them 1 food. No, I'm just gonna sit here from gifting to gristing. Mm-hmm. They don't have delirium yet. They're looking at it. Me trying to ganja. Me trying to protect. Lively Dirge. They can pay the 1. And they're gonna fill up their graveyard and do some reanimation. Yawgmoth and Young Wolf sounds like a hip-hop duo. It could be. What are you searching for? Do you not have a plan in mind? It's a bad one. Oh no. Sephiroth. Yep. Gonna gain life as creatures die. Hi. It's not an exciting turn, no. Yeah, okay. Oh, now I get a Blood Moon. Would have been cool to have it before. Get an indestructible fella. Makes a pretty little 1/1, and we're swinging them all at Grist. Doesn't matter. Get me in danger? A little. The creature has died. My life total has lowered. And if 4 creatures die in a turn, Sephiroth will do a cool flip and turn into Blood Artist, the Emblem. Also can attack it and sacrifice like all their creatures and kill me real good. Especially with that Marionette Apprentice out. They're tapping. It's funny you can tap a Planeswalker with Gene Pollinator. Is Grist a hive mind or a queen ant? Grist herself is kind of the queen ant of them. It's like this flying bug. You can see it better in some art. Ooh, nice. Way to kill Chi. But Grist operates as a hive mind and is trying to essentially grow and feed this swarm. And it's actually represented in kind of a cool way where Grist has it as its pronouns for the like baby Grist from Modern Horizons 3. And she or they on the transformed Sparked versions, because Grist is a she, but it's also collectively they, the whole swarm, is Grist. Am I dead? I feel like I'm dead. Oh, there we go. Nice. A beautiful attack. A beautiful attack. So glad they have a nice meat hook massacre there. Svella Ice Shaper. I only have one color of mana here, but I also only have one color of spell, so this is fine. Svella is going to be making snowy monoliths. These icy monoliths here. Cares a little bit about snow mana, but that's mostly just to get their achievement. There's an achievement right now where you can cast a snow commander and win. I think you have to like win 5 games with a snow commander. Yeah, it seems good. I'm gonna go for the Felia first since I can blink this. Yeah, I built a Svella deck for this achievement. Just big ramp. You can put 20 elves in too. You have this Art of Elvish Visionary? Cool. I have a Felia. I'm gonna go for the Ajani because it's a strong, good card. Blink it so I get more cat tokens. And then Felia will grow. Dogs and cats working together. Modern Horizons is singing. Yep. Stupid cards. Interesting. If I flicker, I could flicker wisp this, and it would be coming back as a 3/3. That could have been a funny move. You're gonna get a basic land. Yeah, that could be neat. Sorry, I'm like thinking about it. Still don't have a second color. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Flicker Wisp is strange in that it can hit lands.
May our axes strike as one.
But now you have fewer lands. Sure, you have a 3/3. And you draw a card and gain a life. You don't have that land. Oh no, Ajani. Well, Ajani made many kitties for me. So he's saying I have nice work on my green screen. It's actually a blue screen. I use a blue screen for my stream. Because if I use a green screen, my skin is kind of like has yellow and green tones to it. So it doesn't work as well. Wait, can I show it for a sec? For people who might not have seen it before. Yeah, see? I have a big blue sheet hanging in front of the closet that I sit in front of. And it helps me win games by putting me inside of Arena. Sorry, Svella. I had too many horizons. Toth, Greatest Earthbender, will be animating lands, giving them double strike, and can kill me in a single hit. Planar Disruption on an Earthbent land is actually awesome, and I'm going to try to pull that off in this game. Even though this hand is not amazing, I do have one of the few enchantment removals that works on the land creatures. Oh, they ramped. Oh, they ramped. Hopeful Vigil, that makes me a 2/2. I feel like I can do better than that. Traveling Chocobo. It's a good card. It's a good card. They wouldn't be able to cast birds from their deck, but they would still be able to play the lands, which is the big thing for the Chocobo. Here's Toph, going to make a 4-4, but it's a tapped 4-4. Come on. Planar Disruption on the Rootbound Crag. And Charming Prince to Scry. Full Plains. Chocobo doesn't fit in the hole. I'll take the Plains, though. So this can't tap for mana anymore. Can't attack, can't block, can't use activated abilities. We're going to play Jewel Mine Overseer. She's going to put the 7 dwarves into my deck. Are you going to bolt her? This is really great card advantage, but if they kill her, it's a lot worse. Ooh. I wonder if they have, like, a bolt. I'm going to risk it. I guess I'll put this on Charming Prince, then. They do have a bolt. I know they have Prismatic Vista. Okay, they had a Braid. Mossborn Hydra. That's going to get some really great landfall stuff. And they have 2 fetches. Also, they're getting doubled. No, I need the card advantage. I'll find a way to deal with this. I'll find like a Banishing Light. Easy, right off the top. Eternal Wanderer. Easy, right off the top. I will play the Eternal Wanderer. And I will leave you with this Rootbound Crag that doesn't do anything.
Room.
No attacks, though. Because I don't trust that they won't find a way to, like, animate a land and swing at Eternal Wanderer. That's a great top deck. Yeah, getting the extra card off Jewel Mine Overseer is part of why this card just kind of goes into Boros decks. It's some of the best card advantage we have access to. And it can give you semi-useless 7 dwarves. Ooh, a Shia! That's going to blank a lot of my removal, because now they're all lands. I can only blink artifacts or creatures, though, and I guess I could blink the Ashaya? It would come back in their end step.
You're coming with
Iroh. The 7 dwarves. Weathered Runestone. I'm going to give them the Planar Disruption that's already attached to their card. Badgermole Cub. This would now tap for 2 mana, if it could tap for mana. And a Bristly Billiam. Welcome back, Ashaya. Gonna get that landfall trigger. Ooh, John. Does this say opponent controls? Sure as heck doesn't.
A beautiful day, brother.
Alright, I can do this for enough to kill Bill and Cat Token. Yes. Good old mistake of a card. A Johnny. Yes, please. That's going to be giving me blockers and damage every turn. I'm going to be able to gift them a card and then blink it back under my control using Wanderer. I think we're in a good spot. GG. Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord, is going to be bringing things back from beyond the grave, which also means they're probably going to be sacrificing things. I will be giving them gifts with my Moogles. Maybe my Moogle will give them a cat. That could be cute. Maybe balloons. Stiltskin, you're so cute. I love giving temporary gifts. This is a Scraps. She does look a little like my kitty. Got that, like, tabby look, but not nearly fluffy enough. Stiltskin, no! The tragedy. Happened to Johnny. I have
Right
extra
beside me,
cats,
brother.
too. Poor cat. Yeah. Poor kitty. So if I give them in a Johnny and it ends up flipping, it comes back under my control. Just a fun little thing. So the Elite Spellbinder is going to be able to attack something from my hand. I would probably, with this Accursed Marauder in the graveyard, hit Helpful Hunter. They're hitting the Balloon Man because Balloon Man can clone this and also cause that to flip. Flippy dippy. Have a kitty. What a good cat you are, Helpful Hunter. Yeah, I will have the joy of giving balloons that pop. Loran of the Third Path, about to smash my Signet. Who's a good little murder kitten? Yeah, who's a good little murder kitten? This card is so oppressive, though. It's like you cannot block with it out. And I find that's just so annoying. Like, no, let them have things. I'll let them have things. I'll let them have a delicious treat. Have a food. I'll swing in with these cats. These cool cats. And next turn, I'll be at Elishnorn mana. Doubling up, enter the battlefields, and stopping theirs. I'll also be at Jolly Balloon Man, but not Jolly Balloon Man plus a clone mana. Is Iroh having tea in a cat cafe? At the moment, yes. And that does strike joy. I should be careful with the timing on flipping him, though, since I don't want them to be able to attack with the Spellbinder. I could always sacrifice Iroh. Or just choose not to sacrifice this, or not to flip it. Aw, Rogue Knight, thank you for gifting a sub to Zephyron Alpha for their appreciation of having Iroh in a cat cafe. I would love to have tea with Iroh. You know what? I think between the next games, I'm gonna get myself a nice pot of tea. Okay, there's a Brain Maggot that'll exile one of these. Would you like to eat your food token? I didn't also mention, sometimes this gets played as a life gain commander because he gives lifelink on your turn to all your creatures. And planeswalkers. Nick just chimed in with, or a woman from the other room. I'm sorry, Nick. I only know how to say words like one way. And the one way is like Andrew Garfield, I guess. Ooh, an Arena of Glory. I do want to go fast. I'm going to play Skyclave Apparition. And exile the Elite Spellbinder. Not the Brain Maggot. I'm going to give you a gift. And the gift is this ally token I made like 2 turns ago. Bon appetit. I give you a 2/2, I get a 2/2. It's great. And then I'll swing in with the cats. If I didn't have Jolly Balloon Man, I'd also be gifting them the apparition. Ooh, free lands. Thank you, Loran. Very nice card advantage. Oh, Chormbly! Thank you for gifting 5 subs to Vivol and OPBL and British Crackhouse and General Scuzz and 40Do. Thank you so much for Chormblin. Oh, that's a Yawgmoth. Yep, that's a Yawgmoth. That could kill Johnny. Or anything else I have here. Could even do it in response to me trying to clone. Yeah, I don't have my fancy new alerts up. Wait. I want the people who watch the video to get to see what they look like. Let me see if I can, make it run here. Yeah! Look at the little dancing scraps! Pterodactyl, thank you for the 22-month resub. Everybody look at that little dancing kitty cat. Just look at it! Can I gift the balloon? Yes, that's what I want to do. But before that happens, I need to get rid of Iroh. Or not get rid of Iroh. I need to get rid of Yawgmoth. Yay, it's so cute. Wait, we also have one for, I think, gifted subs. We'll see if that one works. Yeah, we have that animation. And we have a new, like, bits animation, too. They're so cute. Yeah, I paid somebody to make my cat dancing and everything else. And me dancing. They're all really cool. Alright, what are they doing? They're killing a Johnny. Oh yeah, we have the new follow emote. Hey, if anybody's watching is not already a follower of the channel, can you follow so we can see scraps? Oh, that would be rude. Yeah! Look at her! Oh, she's so cute. Yeah! Alright, I'm gonna turn the alert box back off. Oh, so many kitties, though. Illuminati, thank you also for gifting subs. Oh, we're on a hype train. I turned it off just at the wrong time. Illuminati, thank you for gifting subs to Zealot, Gambler, Combatant Eternal, People Blimbo, and blah. I'm gonna give him a cat. Yeah! Where'd my Skyclave go? They killed it! Oh my god, right, that was all on my turn. You hadn't seen the follow alert yet? It's so cute. Wait, let me see if I can find the, bit alert too. Let me turn that back on. It's cute, right? It's like the cutest. What's happening? I have to sacrifice? I'll sacrifice my solitude. It's so cute. Yeah, we all know the real star to stream is Scraps. My sweet little old lady. So I'm 1 mana away from gifting them Splendor, which should be great. So I'm going to make a clone of this cat, and then I'm going to give them this cat clone, and then it's gonna vanish. Wait, it's supposed to vanish. What's preventing sacrifice here? Aw, Sarkhan glued back together. Thank you for the 15-month resub. And thank you, Nocturne Owl, for the 9-month resub. Can't sack if you don't control it. Aww. Cat ain't mine no more. That's fine. I have a a less good synergy with it. It still works well because we have entered the battlefields and we give them crappy creatures. Ooh, an Ocelotl! And a Skellman! How much mana do they have? Not much. Okay, we're gonna take 8. I'll trade a kitty into that. Or an ally. Kitty ally, kitty ally. Oh, what if I kill this? This won't be a creature. That's fine. I already know what I'm doing here. We curse them, and then we gift them the curse. And now I can just start swinging in all willy-nilly. If they have a way to destroy this, they'll get around it. And if they don't, their creatures are all 1/1s. Yeah, it's their curse. They own it. They curse themselves. We all cause things to curse ourselves at times. Oh yeah, level 3 Hive Train. Thank you, everyone. Are you enjoying the Starscream emote, Methalion? Yeah, I own it. They control it. Attached to Philip. Owner, me. Controller, you. They have 1 extra damage too from Soren. Like, I am at 8. They're at 6. They have ways to make 1/1s with no ability. Always cursing themselves. Here comes Soren. I believe this will still give them all lifelink just because of the timestamps.
But I will finish it.
Why is it better for them to have the curse? It's actually harder oftentimes to destroy your own permanents. Some things are just destroy non-land permanent. Some of them are only non-land permanent and opponent controls. Also, I got a free 2/2 out of it. If their creatures die, as long as this is not a creature, it will be letting them draw cards. They could have reanimated Loran. If they did, she would have been a 1/1 with no abilities and done nothing. I'll kill your cat. And they won't be able to activate any abilities. Like, they can't sacrifice a creature. They can activate mana and loyalty abilities. Yeah, I think they're like, why can't I follow up? Because that is not a mana or loyalty ability. Hi, Soren. Hey, Erebos now has no abilities again. Good for him. I'm gonna give them a wooded foothills. Enjoy. I have to make sure I'm not dying here, so I will attack in with... Attack in with 3... Attacking with 2. The skeleton standing in the way of doom and defeat. Erebos stops being a creature again. I don't think they'll be able to activate the reassembling skeleton ability because of Splendor. Spectacle of Destruction, that'll still trigger. As creatures die, they'll be getting card advantage at their next turn. Going to get these wreck counters. If they hit me for 1, I'm down to 5.
What a mess I've made.
This could also get rid of some Spectacle. In we go. This doesn't matter if it's not a creature. It's still an ability. Oh, Splendor's a nasty card. This is a card that's completely unfun to play against. And I'm still trying to decide, do I want to smack this and get a hasty Elish Norn? Next turn I do. If they had a way to turn this into a creature? I don't know if you can turn auras into creatures very easily. It probably turns into like a timestamps or a layers thing, but I bet you could turn it into a 1/1 somehow with no abilities that would then have its abilities, but not have its abilities, but have its abilities. I don't know. Anyway, we win. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing Iroh do what Iroh does. I would say that this is a deck that took a lot of strange deck building to get working, but it is able to do the thing on occasion. As long as people don't just like hone in and kill Iroh over and over, you do get to gift gifts and make some ally tokens. I also like that it didn't happen, I don't think, in this video. I like that you can double those tokens. You can make more of them. And the more you have, the easier it is to force your opponent to deal with them instead of like, you know, the removal that you're playing. I do like how this deck turned out, and I want to say shout out to the people who had suggested Infernus to me, because that's real funny. And also, I believe that there was another suggestion for Fall of Lord Conda as just, hey, you know what would be funny if we got this back? And you know what? It was funny. Yeah, thank you, Mordax, for suggesting Infernus. This is a card that, yeah, it's real nasty. One day I would love to be able to like Infernus, blink it back under my control after gifting it, and like keep destroying their lands and getting my lands. That would be really nice. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander, well, please do leave a comment. Also, we're going to be having new legends to build around soon because Lorwyn comes out in like 2 weeks, just about. I don't know. There's going to be an early access event in Arena. That's going to be over on stream, twitch.tv/Amazonian, by the way. That's where I'm streaming. That's going to be on the 14th of January. And then I think the set fully comes out on January 20th in Arena, so we can brew to our heart's content. So thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.